guys and welcome to today's class. We're going to be doing a slow and stretchy yoga flow. So this is really working on flexibility, mobility, and also just relaxation. We're going to be doing a lot of long holds, so getting into that meditative state of the mind, connecting with the breath, and just chilling out. So meet me on the mat and come to lie on your back. Bring the soles of the feet together in a bound angle pose, and then bring your back onto the mat. And let's just start the class here with your arms lying out by your side, palms facing up, and having this nice gentle hip opening happening. Let's ground down, feeling our spine nice and long and rooted in the mat. Relax any tension in the quads or the knees. Trying to hold your knees up, just let it flow open and your hips expand. And just taking a moment here to perhaps set an intention or a goal that you'd like to carry with you throughout the entire class, and maybe even something that you'd like to carry with you throughout the rest of the day. And in this moment of stillness, just breathing that goal or intention in, and exhale, sigh out the mouth. Let's place both hands on top of the belly for a moment, and we're just going to do some deep belly breaths just to relax and reset. So inhaling deeply to a count of 5, letting the belly expand. So for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale really fully all the way to the top, letting the belly completely expand, pushing your hands to as high as it can push. And then exhale, sigh out the mouth and release the hands. Amazing. Now bringing both legs out in front of you. You can keep the eyes closed if you'd like to. We're going to bring the right knee in towards the chest and just take some ankle circles here in one direction and the other. Maybe hearing some cracks and pops. That's totally normal, so don't worry there. And then bringing your left hand onto the left hip, just moving the right knee out to the side, maybe bringing the right knee closer to your right armpit, and then moving it out to the side, bringing it up to the armpit, just opening the hip even more, using that left hand and left hip to keep you stable and balanced. Maybe making some circles with that right knee. Bringing it all the way out to the side, back into the chest. Switching directions here. Using the core to keep you stable. And then coming back to center, hugging your knee in with both hands. And then we're going to straighten out that right leg. And don't worry here, you're probably quite tight if this is the first class that you're doing today. But either grab the back of the thigh or the calf, or maybe you can interlace your 2 fingers onto the big toe on the right side and use your arm to pull the leg in, feeling that deep stretch along the back of the right leg. However you're doing it, try and keep that right foot flexed. And you can close the eyes and really feel how each part of the back of the right leg feels. Exhale. And then slowly release. We're going to bend that right knee, place the right ankle on top of the left knee, and then just holding either the back of the thigh on the left side or the front of the left shin. And you can rock from side to side here, getting a nice massage in the lower back. Trying to always bring both legs closer in towards the chest. And as you let your arms help you to do that, feel that beautiful stretch along the glutes and the hips and that entire right side of the thigh. Breathing deeply here. One last breath here in our figure 4. And then release, bringing both feet flat onto the ground. We're just going to knock the knees from side to side, seeing how that right feels in comparison to the left. And then we take it to the other side. So we're going to straighten out that right leg this time, hugging the left knee in towards the chest and taking those ankle circles on the left side. And switching direction. And then bringing your right hand onto your right hip, and we're going to move that left knee out to the side. And then see if you can bring the left knee up towards the shoulder and out to the side and shoulder. Staying like this, seeing if you can stay flat on both shoulders on the mat. So we're staying balanced. Using your core to help you here. And then we're going to take those nice circles, so bringing the knee in, out to the side, and in, out to the side. Just really opening up the hip joint here, and switch directions. And then slowly coming back into center, hugging that left knee in with both arms. And then we straighten out the left leg this time, and again holding the back of the thigh, the calf, the ankle, or maybe even the big toe. And just close your eyes here. Slowly bringing that left leg closer in towards the body. Trying to keep the left foot flexed. And breathing into the back of the left leg. One more deep breath here. And then slowly release that left leg, bringing the left ankle on top of the right knee this time, and again grabbing the back of the thigh or the front of the shin, and you can rock from side to side here, getting that nice massage as you try and allow your arms to pull those legs closer in towards the chest. Breathing deeply here. One more nice deep breath here as you bring the legs in closer. And then slowly release. Bringing the feet down onto the mat, and this time instead of knocking the knees from side to side, you're going to bring the arms out by your side, palms facing down. See if the top of your fingertips can touch the back of your ankles. And then we're going to lift up to bridge pose. Hold here for one breath, inhale. And exhale, release the hips down to the mat. Inhale to lift up to bridge. And exhale, release. Inhale to bridge. And exhale, release. We'll do this 2 more times, and if you'd like to, you can inhale to bridge, lift the right leg off the mat, and then release the foot and down. Left side, inhale, maybe left leg lifts up. And down. Last time, right leg. And down. And left leg. And down. And then last time, just lift the hips up, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing the hips down. Now let's hug both knees into the chest this time, rocking from side to side. And then we're going to rock our way up, so massaging the spine as we take a nice rock and roll, crossing over at the ankles, and make your way into tabletop. I'm just going to turn and face the front of the mat. So making sure your shoulders are over your wrists as always, and your hips are over your knees. Spread those hands out nice and wide to get a good grip into the mat. And as always, let's take a couple of cat-cows to warm up the spine. So exhale, dropping the belly, opening the chest, gazing up. Exhale, push the mat away, gaze towards the belly button and stretch out that back body. Inhale, drop the belly. And exhale. Inhale, opening the chest. And exhale, stretch out the back. Now let's come into a nice neutral tabletop here. We're going to straighten the left leg out behind us. And once you feel balanced, see if you can lift that right arm and straighten that out in front of you. Hold here in a nice spinal balance for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then see if you can reach that right arm behind you. Bend the back leg, see if you can grab that foot, and if you can, push the foot into the hand, opening out, getting a nice shoulder stretch in here, a spinal twist while we're strengthening the body. One more breath here, see if you can kick higher. And then right arm and left leg go out and release. Let's take it to the other side. Right leg goes out behind us, left arm comes out in front when you're ready. And then holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach that left arm back this time, grab the back foot and pushing into the hand. Holding here, working on balance and strength. And then release, left arm, right leg, coming back onto the mat. Tuck the toes under and you guessed it, push those hips up and back, downward facing dog. Now as always, we'll take a couple moments here just to bend one knee at a time. Seeing if as you press your heel down onto the mat, you've already got that nice stretch in the hamstrings, so see if it feels any different to usually the start of your practice. Hopefully it's feeling a little bit more open and ready to go. Breathe deeply here, taking your time. And then slowly come to stillness in your downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, come up onto the toes and curl our way over as if we're in a cat position until we find our way into a high plank. Exhale, bend the knees, push the hips up and back, downward facing dog. 2 more times like this. Inhale, come up onto the toes, curling forward. See how much you can really move in that spine. High plank. Exhale, bend the knees. Downward facing dog. Last time, really make it you're all coming forward, using every vertebrae of the spine. And then bend the knees, pushing those hips up and back. Great work. So, bring your left foot into the middle of the mat. We're going to lift the right leg out behind us. Bend the knee, open the hip, and then we're going to bring that right foot in between the hands at the top of the mat. Let's release our left knee and inhale, come up into a low lunge. Inhale, lengthening those fingertips, reaching towards the ceiling. And exhale, hands frame the foot, hips come back, hamstring stretch. Let's move it into a flow. Inhale, come forward, arms raise. And exhale, arms come down, hips back, hamstring stretch. One more time, inhale. And exhale, coming back. And then we're going to come forward, tuck the back toes under and lift that left leg up. So we're coming into a standing split. Bringing your hands out in front of you or grabbing the right ankle, bringing your head closer towards that right leg. Staying here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing the hands down onto the mat and just bring the left foot to meet the right. We're going to walk our feet the width of the mat, toes pointing out, heels in, and sit back into Malasana. Yogic squat. Oops. So bringing the hands together, bring the elbows on the inside of the legs, and using those elbows to push the knees away from each other, opening the hips even more. And you can sit on a block here if it's comfortable for you, or roll the mat up and sit on that. Just swaying from side to side wherever you are. And then we'll release our right hand to the right, lift the left arm up towards the sky, coming into Malasana twist. And if you'd like to, you can release and reach that right arm, and the left arm comes behind you, grabbing it into a bind. Inhale and exhale. Opening the arms out into our twist, coming back into center, and then bringing the hands down onto the mat, straightening the legs, and step back into our downward facing dog. Let's take it to the other side. So right foot in the middle of the mat, left leg comes up and back, three-legged dog, and then bringing the left foot forward. Release the right knee, and inhale, arms coming up by the ears into our low lunge. Inhale here, reaching the arms, and exhale. Inhale and exhale, hands come down to frame the foot, hips come back, flex the front foot. Inhale, coming into our low lunge, raising the arms up. Exhale, hands come down, hips come back. Inhale to a low lunge. We'll do this one more time. So hands come down, flex the front foot, hamstring stretch. And inhale, low lunge. And now we're going to bring the hands down here, tucking the back toes under, and lift up, coming into standing split on the other side. Holding here with the hands in front of you, or maybe you can grab the back of the left ankle, and always working to try and lift that right leg up towards the sky even more. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that right foot to meet the left, walking the feet out to hip mat width apart, toes pointed out, heels in, Malasana. Bringing the elbows on the inside of the legs again, hands working their way to heart center, holding here, maybe swaying from side to side. And this time we bring the left arm down, so the hand comes down, right arm lifts, we're coming into our twist. And if you'd like, you can reach both arms behind you, see if you can grasp the hands, using that to open the chest even more. One breath here. And slowly release the arms, come back into a center Malasana squat. And when you're ready, just sit your butt back and come to seating. We're going to take one little strengthener before we relax into our forward fold. Roll the shoulders down the ears, plant the feet onto the mat, lift the toes up when we come into our core boat pose. Arms coming out by the feet. We're going to lift the legs and straighten them if you can, and bend. Straighten and bend. If not, just stay in normal core boat. We'll just do 3 more. Tiny little bit of strength before we finish. 2 and 1. Amazing. Release the feet down onto the mat. Stay strong and straight with your spine. Flex both feet and grab the back, or the sole of the feet, sorry. Keep straight with your spine and see if you can walk your feet out in front of you with the torso on top of the thighs. And whenever you lose that connection, stay there and breathe as we work our way down into a nice forward fold. I like to practice it this way because it keeps that integrity of the spine and make sure that we're not just curling over the legs, we're actually working actively from the lower part of the spine all the way to the top. Breathing wherever you are. Work on bringing the crown of the head or the top of the head towards the toes as much as possible. Inhale and exhale. Slowly rolling our way up, crossing over at the ankles, coming into a cross-legged seated position or seated on the heels if that's too much for you. Bringing the hands down onto the knees, roll the shoulders up to the ears and down the back, and close the eyes. Seeing how the breath feels, how the mind feels after just a few minutes of active stretching, active breathing, and conscious movement. Come back to the intention or the goal that you set at the beginning of the class. And then slowly inhale the arms up overhead. And with a big sigh, drop the hands to the ground as we cleanse and close this class. Amazing work. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Hopefully you feel really relaxed and energized, and enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next time on the mat.